Hey creators, welcome back to the channel where every frame becomes a feeling. Today, we're diving into one of the most loved editing styles on the internet, Moody and Aesthetic Editing, a combination of dark cinematic looks, vintage retro vibes, and dreamy pastel tones. If you've ever wondered how people turn simple photos into emotional, atmospheric visuals, this is the breakdown you've been waiting for. 1. What makes an edit moody and aesthetic? Moody edits are all about tone, texture, and emotion. Instead of bright, punchy colors, you'll see deep shadows, soft highlights, muted colors, film-like grain, subtle contrast. This style creates a calm, emotional, sometimes nostalgic atmosphere. And when you mix in retro browns, dusty oranges, soft greens, and pastel pinks, the edit becomes even more aesthetic. Think of it as telling a story without saying a single word, just through colors and ambiance. 2. Dark, moody tones. Let's start with dark, moody editing, the most cinematic of the three. This look focuses on lowered exposure, strong shadows, teal, green, or desaturated backgrounds, minimal saturation, high clarity, or texture. When you're editing, drop the brightness slightly, deepen the blacks to add mystery, push the blues and greens toward cooler tones, and add a little grain for a film feel. This style works perfectly for nighttime portraits, rain shots, street photography, and dramatic scenery. It gives the viewer a feeling of quiet intensity, like a movie scene frozen in time. 3. Retro aesthetic tones. Next is the retro aesthetic, warm, nostalgic, and timeless. Retro tones usually include faded blacks, warm orange highlights, soft brown shadows, a slight yellow tint, and vintage grain or dust. To create this look, lift the shadows to make the image look like old film. Add a warm orange curve in the highlights. Reduce saturation, especially in blues, and add film grain or dust textures. Slightly blur the clarity for that 90s softness. This tone works amazingly well for old buildings, coffee shops, vintage outfits, sunsets, and anything with old-school energy. It feels like a memory, something warm, safe, and beautifully imperfect. 4. Pastel aesthetic tones. Now let's talk about pastel tones, soft, clean, and dreamy. Pastel edits are built with light pinks, soft blues, creamy whites, low contrast, and smooth shadows. To achieve this look, lift both highlights and shadows for a gentle appearance. Reduce contrast to soften the mood. Shift colors toward pastel pink, purple, or baby blue. Reduce clarity to keep the image smooth, and add a small glow using the dehaze slider in reverse. Pastel edits feel peaceful and aesthetic, perfect for lifestyle shots, portraits, desserts, indoor setups, and nature. It gives that clean, dreamy Pinterest-style vibe. 5. Combining all three styles. Here's a secret. You can mix dark, retro, and pastel tones in creative ways. For example, dark, moody background with warm retro highlights. Retro brown tones with pastel pinks. Moody shadows with pastel blue sky. Pastel skin tones with vintage film texture. Blending these styles allows you to create unique aesthetics that stand out on Instagram, Pinterest, and TikTok. Experiment with curves, colors, and textures. Your eye will guide you. 6. Apps you can use free and easy. For the best results, you can try Lightroom Mobile for colors and tone curves, VSCO for retro film presets, Teal and Orange LUTs for moody looks, Prequel for pastel and dreamy filters, and Photoshop Express for cleanup and grain. These apps make it fast and easy to build your own aesthetic style. 7. Final message. At the end of the day, moody and aesthetic editing is more than just color. It's emotion, texture, and vibe. Whether you're leaning toward dark cinematic tones, vintage retro warmth, or soft pastel dreams, you're not just editing a photo, you're crafting a feeling. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more editing guides.